Hey everybody, thanks for joining me here on the Teachers Boost channel. Today we're talking about the real secret to ranking on Teachers Pay Teachers. So this might surprise you, or maybe it's something that you've heard about before, but ranking on TPT is not actually about being the oldest seller or about having the most reviews, it's about profitability. So let's speak about what that means for us. The common struggle for every seller is the hidden product problem, which is when you invest time creating a high quality resource, but it settles on page 5 or page 10 of the search results, making it virtually invisible to the buyers. So, this lack of visibility can be really frustrating, and I think it's probably one of the main reasons that sellers feel discouraged to keep creating. The technical solution to this visibility challenge is SEO and effective SEO. But something we don't really speak about is how does SEO work specifically for TPT? So TPT's algorithm is really interesting. They use Algolia, which is a dynamic search engine and search technology, and the results fluctuate daily, which is why your rank can change from being first to being fourth almost overnight. Even though these fluctuations happen, the key principle of Algolia never changes. So that their key principle is that their primary objective is to maximize the profit for TPT. This means that Algolia prioritizes the resources that reliably make the most money for TPT. So, for example, a product with only 5 reviews, but that sells 3 times a week, will be ranked higher than a product with 50 reviews that only sells once a week. So, the product that sells more consistently is more profitable for TPT and is therefore ranked higher on the algorithm. So, to optimize TPT's profitability and our ranking, we can do a few things. We can start off with our keywords. So, we should target specific long tail, low competition terms for the fastest visibility. Then we can move to focusing on our title. So, the goal of our titles is to increase our click through rate, which means how many people actually click on our product after seeing it in the search. You can maximize your title. I know you only have 80 characters, but you can maximize it by listing grades, resource type, and topic, but dropping extra punctuation like commas and dashes to save some space for those keywords. Your covers and previews are also really important, obviously, and they should build trust between you and the buyer, or between the buyer and your product. So the cover needs to instantly affirm the buyer that you have what they are looking for, and you can do this by outlining your key terms like third grade or spelling activity. But it should also highlight any unique features like boom card or video lesson or no prep resource, things like this. So your preview, on the other hand, gives a sample of your product. And it's really critical in the purchase decision as well. So even though these factors, as in the keywords, the title, the covers, and your previews, are all super important, ultimately, your ranking is determined by your profitability and your conversion rate, as we spoke about before. So, a higher conversion rate on your product means that you are making more profit for TPT. And if you're making more profit for TPT, then the Algolia algorithm is going to boost your ranking. So, just to summarize that, um, a higher conversion rate on your product equals to more profit for TPT, more profit for TPT equals to higher rankings on the search. Okay, so the TPT algorithm does change constantly. So relying on guessing for this just won't work. The best way to stay ahead of the game is to use continuous data-driven research. What I've written here are the Teacher Boost tools that I would recommend for each of the areas that we spoke about in the video. Um, and they can be used for many other factors as well. But in relation to this video, I think these are the best tools to use for those points. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope you learned something new and you are feeling like you have a bit of a head start for your products. Have a productive day, and I'll see you back here next week.